Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and as you've probably guessed, I just couldn't wait any longer. I want to know what this thing is. Like I said, when I bought it, no indication really what it is. I've had a little look online and I can't find anything definitive what it is. There was one Reddit post that I spotted where someone had got one. And I think theirs was a 286, but someone had commented that they came in either a Turbo XT or a 286 version. So not 100% sure what we've got, but that's what we're going to find out today. We're going to crack into it. We'll have a look inside, see what we've got inside there, and we may, I don't think we'll get that far in this video, but we may have a go at powering it up. But first things first, let's see exactly what we've got. Let me just get you down a little bit so you can see the... There we go, that's better. Right. So, with these old cases, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, screws. Let's find a little tray or something I can put them in. Don't want to get them mixed up and messed about. I'll keep them with this system. Ooh, oh, that'll do nicely. I think this has been through a school or a college or a business or something like that, because it's got a barcode on the side here with an appliance number on it. So usually that's not something you'd find in a home system, that's something you'd find in, you know, corporate or educational. Not to say that it didn't end up in a home, because obviously a lot of systems, when they got sold on, when they'd finished with them, people did buy them for home use. But I think this started out, like I said, in a school or a business or something. I mean, if it's got a hard drive on it and it's not been wiped, we might all discover a bit about its history. That's one of the things I enjoy about doing this, actually. A bit of the archaeology of it. Right, hang on. I've missed one there. Right, we're in. Now, right, so the case is going to slide all the way off. Let us see what we've got. Right, okay, well it's AT, you can tell that straight away. We've got 16-bit ISA slots. We've got a big hard drive down there, which is MFM or RLL. Excellent. Got an 8-bit VGA card. Right, let's go through the cards on it first. We'll have a look what we've got, and we'll take it a little bit further than that. Oh, we have got some horrendous battery corrosion. Absolutely horrendous battery corrosion in it. Let's get some of these cards out. In fact, yeah, I'll get you a bit further so you can actually look over what I'm doing, and then we will start pulling the cards out of this. But unfortunately, yeah, I could already see we have got some quite severe battery corrosion in that area around there. It is a definitely 286. We've got an AMD 286 10 MHz CPU down there. Right, I will get the camera reset and we will come right back to this, so back in a sec. Right, okay, you can see a little bit better now, so let's take this hard drive and floppy drive controller card out first, and we'll have a look at that. There's the hard drive activity LED there. Apart from the corrosion, it actually looks really, really clean in here. Really clean. Let's get that out. Must have disconnect the ribbon cables. We'll get the card out first. Right. In fact, I should have some anti-static on while I'm doing this. Alright, there we go. I'll disconnect the where's that one go? That's floppy, and then the next two are the hard disk. Like I say, it's going to be MFM or RLL by the look of it. So yeah, so we've got floppy, hard drive, and then obviously the other part for the hard drive there. This is a Western Digital. Got a Zilog floppy drive controller there. Can't actually see a make on that. It just says Datatech Corporation. So it's like a very generic hard drive and floppy drive controller. Looks like they did do a version of this with an external floppy connector as well. That's not parallel, there's too many pins, so I think that would be for an external floppy drive header, which obviously this one didn't have. So put that to one side. This is interesting. This is actually quite a nice find. We've got a 8-bit VGA card. Which, finding a VGA card that will work on an 8-bit system can be quite tricky. So, yeah, we've got a, I'm not sure what the make is. Another fairly generic card, I think. It just says VGA Synchron, VGA BIOS there. We've got a date though, February the 2nd, February the 23rd, 1989 on that one, and June the 1st, 1988 on that one. So we're talking, it is around about 88, 89 this system. That's quite a nice card there. That'll, I mean, that really is pretty much pays us for most of this system as it is, because these are not cheap to buy. Right, let's carry on a little bit further. We've got a multi-IO card here. Let's take that out. Now this is getting close to where the battery's leaked, unfortunately. Fairly standard parallel 2 serial, and like I say, it's also got a bus mouse connector on it there. Again, no known brand name on it, so it's a fairly generic card, but useful card to have nonetheless. We'll disconnect. We'll see that the stripe goes to the back there. Yeah, it's mouse, parallel and serial card. Well, there we go. Again, not massively sought after or anything. This has got a little bit of corrosion down there from the leaking battery, and that is pretty nasty. Right, let me get the computer turned round and I'll get you zoomed in, and you can see quite how bad. I don't know if you can make that out now. This is why I really didn't want to pay more than like 30 quid for this system. If we look round here, there's a lot of corrosion. If you look, there is quite a lot of corrosion on the main board there, unfortunately, and it is the dreaded Varta battery which has done it. Let's see if we can just rock that out of there. No, it's actually been glued down. That's not just going to pop straight out. So a turbo connection there onto the main board. power connections there. Yeah, it's going to need a fair bit of work, this board, I think. It's actually quite nasty, that. What I might do, I wasn't planning to take this all to pieces in this video, but we can see now we have got some really bad corrosion there. That slot there is pretty much up to here, it's all green. Same for that slot there. That one, not so much, there's a tiny little bit of green just up there. The rest of it actually looks pretty good. All these slots look alright. It looks like we've got 1 megabyte of RAM on board. Can't make that out, but let me see if I can just get you a bit over here. There we go. So we've got 1 megabyte of RAM here in we've got 4 banks there, so we've got 256k, 256k, 256k and 256k. 1 megabyte, which is quite nice for a 286. You don't really need more than that for a 286. It's nice, you know. 2 megabytes would be nice, but 1 megabyte on board like that, that's not bad at all. What else have we got here? Alright, we've got a it's a PMT1 1010, the main board. Copyright 1987. And it's known as a Mini 286 version 2. Now, why it's known as a Mini 286, I haven't a clue, because that's a full-size board. You can't get much of a bigger 286 board than that. And so here's that Harris board I picked up. And if you look, there is a significant size difference. If the worst comes to the absolute worst, I could use this board in this case, but really I've got another system, as I said, that I'd like to use this board in, so we can at least see if we can get this this board working. If not, I mean, I do have other main boards I could put in this case, but it'd be nice, because I mean, it is like sort of a branded system. It would be sort of nice to actually get it fully working and all original, to be honest, and then just do a few period upgrades, you know, a sound card in it. Really, I think that's all it'll probably need, to be honest. Right, so we're not going to do anything else with the main board today, but what we will do is we'll have a quick look at the drives in here, because I'd like to see what the hard drive is. We know it's either MFM or RLL. But let's pull the all the drives out and we can have a quick look at those. These are all on drive rails as well. So you just take the 2 screws out from the front and they'll slide out on metal drive rails. I'm guessing this is probably then a 1.2 meg floppy drive and a 1.44 meg 3.5 inch. But there, again, that's actually in pretty good condition. Obviously it'll probably need a clean. It's a Mitsubishi drive. Yeah, I think that's a 1.2 meg drive. I'll have to look the part number up to be absolutely certain. It is a MF504C. Like I said, I don't know that one off the top of my head, but I'm guessing it's a 1.2 meg drive. It is dated 1989 as well, so it pretty well dates this computer to 1989, I think. Let us try and get the 3.5 inch floppy out. It actually uses one of them little adapter boards to adapt from 3.5 inch to 5.25 inch for the floppy drive cable. Let's get that disconnected first. We'll pop the screws out. Okay, let's take out the floppy. Ooh, that hard drive looks interesting. Well, there's our floppy drive, fairly generic. Again, it's a Mitsubishi. So these drives are probably original to the system. The colour's pretty pretty nice, close match. They're both Mitsubishi drives. Although, actually, I've just noticed this one's dated 1991. So perhaps that is like a later upgrade or something. Which would make sense, you know. Once you got into the 90s, the 5 1/4s were really going out of fashion in favour of 3.5 inch. So that'll be a 3.5 inch 1.44 meg floppy drive. Now this is the interesting bit. This is what I want to get out and get into. Is what is this hard drive? Let's have a look. Again, it's a Mitsubishi. So this is again probably an original hard drive to the system. So disconnect power. And we will disconnect the cables. Right. Now that's a bit of a beast, isn't it? We've got a Mitsubishi MR535M00. Date again is 1989. So I think we can date the computer to 1989 and presume that that 3.5 inch floppy was a later edition. And what I'm trying to figure out is what size the hard drive is. It doesn't actually say on it. I'm expecting it's probably around about the 40 megabytes size. It could be slightly smaller than that, but some defect tables on here in Sylogist heads and sectors, but it doesn't actually tell you what the size of the drive is. Like I said, it's probably around about the 40 megabytes side. I'll have to do a little bit of research on it, but really nice and clean. I was expecting it to be a lot dustier and dirtier than it actually is. There's a little bit of dust on the top there, and it doesn't have that modern horrible smell that dust has nowadays, which is from all the air fresheners and fragrances that people use nowadays. If a computer's being run like in the last 10 or 15 years, when you smell the dust, it has this chemical under smell, and it's like I say, it's caused by all the modern fabric softeners and these little plug-in things that you have in your house and all those horrible things which are not doing your health any good. That dust doesn't smell of that, which makes me think this computer's not actually spun up or been used for a very, very long time, because this is just old-fashioned dust. That's a nice thing. That at least makes me know that no one else has messed with this computer, you know, in the recent past anyway. Right, that's pretty much as far as we can go with this today. So I was just really curious, number one, what we had, number two, what condition that main board was in, and unfortunately, like I said, it's pretty damn horrible. I'm going to have to pull this board out and get that barrel battery off it, because it's going to cause problems, that. But we'll do that, like I said, in a separate video. This video what literally was just a quick let's open it up, let's have a quick look what we've got, see what parts we've got in it. Even if the main board is absolutely toast and I can't do anything with it, I'm not disappointed with what I paid for it. So the case on its own pays for the purchase. If I can't repair it, I can, like I said, I can repurpose all these parts, and these parts will cost me, if I was to go on eBay and buy them, a lot more than I paid for the computer. So generally I'm quite happy with that. It's just, like I said, it's a shame when these barrel batteries go like they do and cause so much damage. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now for this video. Like I say, it was just meant to be a quick little let's see what's inside it. So I will say tune in for the next video, and we'll probably, I've got other projects I should really be getting on with, but this is what happens. And we've got to get that neutralised, because it's only going to get worse if we leave it. So in the next video we'll probably have a look at this main board, get that barrel battery off it, and see what we can do about actually cleaning some of that up, and see whether we can possibly get that main board to fire up, and if, you know, is it going to work, is it going to be majorly corroded. So I will say thanks for watching, and goodbye.